Markel who gets the catch. He's got Patrol.
Everybody, welcome to SEC Sports, where the Tartan Titans are taking on North St. Paul. Tartan already kicked the ball underway, and North St. Paul will have the ball at the 19-yard line at 1st and 10. Beautiful night here tonight. And there was a penalty on that kickoff, so the ball will actually be pushed back to around the 9-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line for North St. Paul. They'll come out with sophomore quarterback Ben Teagland. Come out with a 3 wide receiver split. 2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 running back in the backfield, 1 wide receiver on the far side. And they'll hand this one off, a little quick pitch to the outside. That's to number 21. Jeremy Weldon. Looking like a gain of 1 yard, so 1 yard on the run play.
No gain on that play.
Tartan coming in the year 2-0. North St. Paul 0-2 under new head coach Gene Tegland. His quarterback is the son, Ben Tegland, who had an outstanding game on the last one, although they did lose. But there's 3 wide receivers to the left on the far side. He'll hand this one off once again. Nothing going. A gain of about 2 yards. They're going to have the ball at around the 13-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6 as we start the game. Let's take a look at this replay. Just a handoff to Weldon. Nice stout defense up front for Tartan. So let's see if Tegland can pick up this 1st down and get some momentum going for the Polars. One running back in the backfield, 3 wide receivers set. Takes the snap. He'll do a little bit of a jump pass, and this one's picked off. This one by number 22. That's Brock Bertelson. The backup quarterback, starting free safety, just coming up right place at the right time. Terrible decision by the sophomore Ben Tegland. As you can see on this replay, he'll step back, and then pressure's coming. He drops back, he throws it. Just an errant pass, should have threw that one away, and that one's picked off. Tartan's going to have great field position on their first drive, so it'll be 1st and 10 near the 13-yard line. So Solomon Whalen is the quarterback for the Tartan Titans. They'll come back in an I formation set, and here's the snap. Whalen was looking to pass.
Penalty flag on the play.
There'll be a penalty. Quite the crowd here for both teams tonight. North St. Paul really showing up for this game. This will be 1st down. So there's a defensive penalty, 5 yards offside. So 1st and 5 from the 9-yard line. Need to get to the 4 for a 1st down. Whalen, an I formation, looking to pass once again. He's got a man. That one's broken up by number 44, Eric Kubatowicz. Let's take a look at this play. Whalen looking for number 6 right there. Dorian Singer, fortunately, great defense by Kubatowicz. So it'll be 2nd and 5. Owen and Kimmons will be in the backfield. Tim Owen, number 1. Kimmons, excuse me, it's not Kimmons. He was in there. He's on the far side wide receiver. Number 32, that's Christian Hernandez, lead fullback. To hand this one off to Owen. He'll get a gain of about 2 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 2 here. You see just the I formation handoff. Nice defense there by North St. Paul. So we 3rd and 3 for the Titans. 10 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. So once again, Whalen has the Titans in the I formation. 2 wide receivers split out on the far side. Looks like the defense jumped here. Let's see what the refs have to say. So it is an encroachment on the defense. That's going to give a first down to the Tartan Titans. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Once again, they line up in the same I formation. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Whalen ready to take the snap. He'll pitch this one to Owen. Hernandez lead blocking. Nice defense right there by North St. Paul, and they're going to tackle him for about a 5-yard loss.
Tim Owen, the ball carrier.
The play went nowhere from the beginning. Owen tried to get all he can. Nice job by North St. Paul here to set the edge. As you can see right there, number 3 for North St. Paul just staying his ground. That's Kyle Splinter. So it'll be 2nd down from the 11-yard line, so it was about an 8-yard loss. Whalen once again will hand this one off to Owen. He's got space up the middle, and he's going to run this one in for a touchdown. Whalen right up the gut, barely touched. He gets that one himself. Tartan takes the lead, 6-0. Let's take a look at this touchdown with this great view of the camera work right here. Owen will take this one up the middle. He's got a nice hole. Makes a nice juke up the middle. Puts the ball over the end zone. Couldn't make it any easier. So Whalen, not only the quarterback, but the extra point kicker here. Boots that one through. It's going to be 7-0. Tartan with 9:21 left to go in the first quarter. So North St. Paul, the very unfortunate turnover on that interception by sophomore quarterback Ben Teglin, the 6'2", 200-pound sophomore quarterback. He's got 220 passing yards last week in the loss to Irondale. And unfortunately just makes a mistake, which sets up an Owen touchdown. They had a nice defense to get them in 2nd and long. I think North St. Paul's kind of set up for the pass, and Owen just ran it right up the gut. Owen, not the biggest of running backs, but he is shifty, he is speedy. He hit that hole, and he hit it good, and he gets in the end zone to get Tartan the 7-0 lead. So Whalen's going to get set to kick this one off for the Titans. Back to return the kick is number 8, Mikkel Twyman, as well as number 15, Rasheem Jones. So Whalen kicks this one off. And this one is going to be taken up by Twyman. Twyman's going to follow his lead blocker, and unfortunately he's got nowhere to go. And he's going to get pushed down at about this 18-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Polars in their 2nd drive from the 18-yard line. Teglin looking to bounce back here and get his team back in this game.
17 yards on the kickoff. Return on the start versus 10. From their own 18-yard line.
Great interception by Bertelson on the last possession. Set up the touchdown. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're Tartan. Tartan 2-0 on the year. So here we go. Tegland, 3 wide receivers split out wide, 1 running back in the backfield. He'll hand this one off once again. He got a little bit of a hole, and he's still going. It's number 21, Weldon. Weldon just keeps on pushing, and it looks like he'll pick up a gain of about 9 yards, or he did pick up the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 with 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter. So Tegland, 2 wide receivers split out wide on the near side, 1 running back in the backfield. He'll hand this one off again, and Weldon looks to go up the middle. He's got nowhere to go. Maybe a gain of 1 at the most. That's exactly it. So it's 2nd and 9 for the Polars. You know, we saw in the last drive, North is already throwing much more than they did last year. A very run-heavy team. But that's changed under Coach Tegland. So his son under center, Tegland, 3 wide receivers split out wide, looking to pass. He's looking towards the near side. He's going to get sacked for a loss of about 3. Looks like that sack was made by number 23, Agawamni. Nice sack right there. So the Tartan crowd really getting into this. 3rd and 11 from the 27-yard line. Tegland once again line up in that I formation. 3 wide receivers split out wide. 2 here on the near side, 1 on the far side. And he's looking at the near side, and there's a little bit of miscommunication between him and his receiver. That's number 9, Brendan Langford Johnson, the basketball star, junior. So it's going to set up 4th down, and North St. Paul's going to punt it. Looked like a huge miscommunication right here. Langford Johnson stopped. Tegland throws it deep. Very dangerous pass. It could have been picked off. So that's number 17, Billy Tao, will look to punt this one away. Singer, and this one's blocked. North's gonna fall on it, but once again, Tartan's gonna have fantastic field position. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line of North St. Paul. Not what you like to see if you're Coach Tegland, exactly what you wanna see if you're Coach Dedeker. Let's see the block right here. Just great penetration by by Tartan. They were barely even touched on that block, and it really looked like they went all in on that one, and it worked. So Wayland will look to lead the Titans in for another score. The last score was ran in by Tim Owen. Owen having an outstanding year so far this year. He's averaging 9.7 yards per carry, 33 attempts for 321 yards. He's got 4 touchdowns on the year. So Wayland will line up in the I formation, 2 wide receivers split out wide. Take the snap, and once again, they'll hand it off to Owen. He's got a hole, he's gonna hit the outside, and he's gonna go untouched into the end zone. It's a 23-yard touchdown. Tartan goes up 13-0. Let's take a look at the replay right here. Great blocking up front, blocks the edge, sets it up for him. He just hits it, never looks back. Great blocking by the wide receiver there. Walks on into the end zone to get his 2nd touchdown of the game. So Owen will look to make this one a 14-0 game. That he does. So Tartan, not even 5 minutes into the half, with a 14-0 lead. This North St. Paul crowd getting really quiet, but this was kind of expected coming into the game. Tartan with 2 great wins, blowout wins. So they got two blowout wins for Tartan, 2 blowout losses for North St. Paul, and it's starting to look like it's going to be the same for both teams here in this one. Great sound there from the sound guy. I don't know if you could hear one of the coaches for North St. Paul really getting it on his team. Not too happy right now. I think that was the defensive coordinator. Nonetheless, trying to spark his guys, get something going down here. As they've come into Tartan or laying an egg to start this one off, and it's really all on the offense. The defense had to prevent 2 easy drives that started on their own side of the field, which ended up in 2 Owen touchdowns, and you can't give Tartan that great a field position, and or else they will score. So Whalen will look to kick this one off. And he'll boot this one down the field. This one's going to be picked up by North St. Paul and run up the middle. That's number 13, Rodney Hayes. Hayes will get past the 20 to around the 23-yard line. Just a little pooch kick that bounced it around the 20, and he picks it up, gets past around the 23. So let's see if the sophomore Tegland can get something going here for North St. Paul, or else this one's going to get out of hand really quick. So 3 wide receivers split out on the near side. They motion one out to the far side. So Tegland will hand off to the middle, and that's Weldon. Weldon's going to get a pickup of around 3. Hand off to Weldon. Looked like he had a little hole, but nice job by the Tartan defense to fill that up real quick. So it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 32-yard line. Once again, 3 wide receivers split out on the far side, 1 running back in the backfield. They'll throw this one back out to Weldon. He'll get a gain of about 1 yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 at around the 29-yard line. Nice little pitch here to Weldon, nothing going. This Tartan defense is all over the field early. So North St. Paul needs to pick up this first down here. They can't afford to give the ball back already to Tartan. Once again, Tegland, 1 running back in the backfield, 3 wide receivers split up to the far side. He looks to that far side. He's going to get sacked, and there's a fumble. Let's see if the refs say who has it. Let's see if we can see from the replay here. The refs have made no definitive decision. And now they have. It's going to be fourth down. North St. Paul does retain possession, so they're going to have the ability to punt. Oh, now they say it is Tartan ball. So as you can see here, Tegland needs to feel that backside pressure. And he fumbles the ball, and the Titans recover. So once again, Tartan has possession on the North St. Paul side of the field. So Tegland already with 2 turnovers. There's been 2. He's had an interception. He's had a fumble. And also there's been a block punt. So the Tartan offense has had all 3 possessions on the North St. Paul side of the field. So Coach Tegland talking to his guys out there. There's head basketball coach Damian Johnson, former Gopher. Coach Tegland is not happy with his team at all. Just absolutely ranting on the sideline, trying to get these guys fired up. We do have an interview with you guys at halftime with Coach Tegland. It was recorded by Alex Westad a few weeks ago. You can catch that, or you can go look at it at it's Coach's Corner, which is one of the segments we run on Sports Paths, which is aired every first and third Wednesday of the month. Hosted by yours truly and Sam Erickson. So Tartan will have 1st and 10. Ball on the 22 of North St. Paul. Whalen, once again, I think you just got to keep, well, actually, Owen is out of the game. That's number 5. Tian Dang, the second leading rusher on this team. So Whalen was already looking to pass. They're going to run a little wheel route out of the back of the end zone, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown. That's number 6, Dorian Singer. Singer seems to be shaken up a little bit. Nonetheless, great body control, and he comes down with the ball. Tartan really running away with this one, 20-0, 5:41 left to go in the first quarter. Let's take a look at the replay. So Singer will run a little wheel route out of his position, and he gets into the end zone. Being guarded there by number 3, Kyle Splinter. Unfortunately, didn't turn his head around. Singer saw that ball coming all the way. And this extra point is blocked. You cannot return extra points in high school football, so that will be it. So the score is 20-0, 5:41 left to go. Tartan on top. Tartan looking like they're going to start the season 3-0. Let's take a look at the standings. Let's start out with the Suburban Gold and take a look at where North St. Paul is. Robbinsdale, Cooper, and Spring Lake Park both sitting at 1-0, 1-0 in conference, 2-0 overall. North St. Paul 0-1, 0-2 overall. Let's take a look at the Suburban Gray. Very tough conference. Matamidi, Tartan sitting at the top, both 2-0. It's going to be quite the battle when Matamidi takes on Tartan. And South St. Paul really not doing too well this year, 0-1. They did get crushed absolutely by Tartan. As you know, South St. Paul over the last few years has been absolutely dominant. Something has fallen off. I think they've lost quite a few guys from the last couple of years, and it's really showing this year. As Tartan has never been a world beater at football, and they absolutely destroyed South St. Paul. So Whalen will kick this one off once again. They'll return this one. That's Twyman. Twyman gets tackled down and around the 13-yard line. So whatever's going on special teams for Tartan is working. Great coverage down here. So Twyman looks to pick up the bounce. He needs to go out and attack that ball, really. And then he kind of just slow walks it down there. And then he just gets tackled at the 13. So I really think if you're North St. Paul, you see that ball, you need to go get it in the air. Get a little momentum going. You'll start out with better field positions. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 15. Tagman, once again, trying to pick up a first down. He'll hand this one off to Weldon. Weldon with the truck. He'll pick up a gain of about 6 yards. Let's check out this truck by Weldon. He just hits the hole in the middle, plugs over some defenders. Gets a gain of 5 to put the ball at the 21. So Teglin, 2nd and 5 will come under center. 1 running back in the backfield. 2 wide receivers split out to the far side. He'll hand this one off once again to Weldon. Nothing going. Looks like he may have hit the line of scrimmage. Nonetheless, it's going to set up 3rd down and 3 from the 22-yard line. Here's the replay. As you can see, nothing going. Great penetration by that Tartan defensive line. Setting up 3rd down. Tartan with all the momentum here on a beautiful night at Tartan High School. 79 degrees, a little bit of wind, partly cloudy. Couldn't ask for a better night. here in September for high school football. So Taglin is in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers split out to the far side. He'll hand this one off. Delayed handoff to Weldon. He's got a hole. He's going to get tackled down around the 27-yard line for a gain of about 5. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Or excuse me, the 27-yard line. As you can see here, nice delayed handoff by Taglin. Fakes the pass. Hands it off to Weldon. Weldon's got some room, and he makes the most of it. So Tartan with their, or North St. Paul with their 2nd first down of the game. Once again, they're in the I formation. 3 wide receivers split out to the far side. They'll pitch it. Got those wide receivers to lead block. And Weldon just gets cracked. And he gets to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Let's see it from this angle because he got hit real good. So great defense here for Tartan. Only let up 2 first downs so far with 3:13 left to go in the first quarter. Already with a block punt, already with an interception, already with a sack and a fumble, setting up the Tartan offense with 3 scoring drives. And here's a pass from Taglin. It's way too high for Langford Johnson. It's going to set up 3rd down and 10. And once again, this Tartan defense looking too good. So 3 drives for North St. Paul, 3 turnovers, 3 scores by Tartan. This Tartan defense came out to play, and they're really blowing out teams. So you got to imagine this Tartan team, this Tartan defense has really been good all year so far. Coach Dedeker has these guys ready to go. And if I'm Matamidi, I'd be scared of this defense, especially the way they turn the ball over. Both teams great at turnovers. So Taglin is going to roll out. Looks like he's got some room to run, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And he's going to truck over the defender. Looks like he's going to be near the first down marker, just short, I think. Looks like he'd get a gain of about 9. He did all he could do right there, and he did pick up the first down. So Taglin, looking downfield, sees nothing, decides to take it himself, and he trucks over a defender, laying it all on the line, getting another first down on this drive, and exactly what North St. Paul needs here as they're down by 20 points. So let's see if the Tartan defense can slow this North St. Paul offense, who's gaining a little bit of momentum. Once again, they're going to be in the single back formation, 3 wide receivers split out to the far side. They're going to do a little wide receiver screen here. They're going to pick up a gain of about 4 right at the 40-yard line. You see they got to set up the wide receiver screen. The wide receivers run up the field. They set up the blocks for the other wide receiver to catch and run a little bit. It was actually Weldon there, so they should have saw that one coming. Running back split out to the far side, split out the wide receiver. Ball's probably going to go to him. So we got 2nd and 6 at the 41. Taglin in the shotgun. 1 wide receiver split out on the near side, 2 on the far side. Running back to his left. Well, emotional wide receiver in at tight end. Another wide receiver here on the near side. I think we're going to get a delay of game here.
Penalty flag on the play.
A little too much motioning, a little too much time in the huddle. And that's going to set the Polars back 5 yards. So unfortunate mistake there for Taglin. Just a sophomore quarterback, so he's going to take those kinds of lumps. So Taglin really needed to get something going here on 2nd down to set up a favorable 3rd down or even a 1st down here. This team really needs to get going if they want to get back in this game. So he'll be in the shotgun. Wide receivers split out on the near side, 2 on the far side. Running back to his right. Takes the snap. He's going to throw this one downfield. He's got a lot of air under it, and he just overthrows Langford Johnson by about 5 inches, unfortunately. And it also was probably out of bounds, unfortunately. But it was a great-looking pass and a great idea. They had exactly what they wanted. Unfortunately, Teglin just throw it out where his receiver couldn't catch it. You can see right there, just a little too far and a little too far out of bounds, or else it would have been a huge gain for North St. Paul. Langford Johnson, the basketball star. I know Damian Johnson on Twitter, he was really wanting his basketball guys to get out and play some wide receiver and D-back on the football team because everybody likes multi-sport athletes, and that's exactly what they're doing. He's got to like seeing these guys, maintain shape before basketball season. They're going to look for Langford Johnson again, and he's got it. He's going to be tackled down around the 30-yard line, probably around the 29, at the 28-yard line. So a huge bomb by Teglin. They got what they wanted. And when you got a guy like Langford Johnson who's got the size and the speed, you're going to eventually get that one to go. Just creates a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and he hauls that one in. It's Tien Dang on him. So North St. Paul's ready to go. They're going to go no huddle here. One running back in the backfield, 3 wide receivers split on the near side, and they'll hand this one off. They'll pitch it out to Weldon, and Weldon's got nowhere to go. Looks like he's going to have a couple-yard loss. About a 1 yard, 2 yard loss here. So it's going to set up 2nd and 12 from the 30-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Tartan 20, North St. Paul 0. And we will be right back.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Welcome back, everybody, as we're here in the second quarter where Tartan leads 20-0. North St. Paul just hit on a huge pass from Teglin to Langford Johnson. And then on the first play after that, they had about a 2-yard run loss to Weldon. So that's going to set up 2nd and 12 from near the 30-yard line. They're now going right to left. 2 wide receivers split out here on the near side in the shotgun. Teglin once again is looking deep. He's got Langford Johnson. Unfortunately, throws a little too far out of bounds. And there is a penalty on the play. Let's see what the penalty is here by the referees. It's in the area of pass interference. So Coach Teglin really seeing something he likes when he's drawing up these offensive plays. That's going to be pass interference on Tartan. That's going to be an automatic first down, I think, here. It should be. There's going to be a spot foul. So it's going to set up 2nd and 2 from the 20-yard line. So Coach Teglin really seeing something he likes with Langford Johnson out at wide receiver. And let's see if they go back to the well again. And once again, they do a delayed handoff. Tartan's ready for it, and they get hit in the backfield. That's number 56. Shaquille Young penetrating the backfield, getting the tackle for a loss. So it's going to set up 3rd down and about 5 from the 24-yard line here. Nice drive so far by the Polars. So North St. Paul's going to call a timeout, and they're going to regroup here. Crucial drive, as they really need a score to get back into this one. So here's the upcoming schedule for North St. Paul. Next week they go home and they play Park Center, and they're at home once again versus Forest Lake. And then they got a really tough matchup October 17th against the powerhouse of the division. That's Matamidi. So very tough schedule. Let's see if North St. Paul can win a game. First, they got to get out of this one. Let's check the Tartan football schedule. Next week, they go to Hill Murray to take on the Pete Bursich-led Pioneers. Then they play a decent Simley team, which was in the game against Matamidi a few weeks ago. And they go on to face Hastings. And then this will be the ultimate matchup, October 12th at Matamidi. I think we're actually covering that game. So that one should be outstanding. And it's really going to probably be the two division leaders at that point, and that could decide the division. So there's Langford Johnson split out here on the near side. A pass interference by the defender on him earlier, as well as a long pass to set up this drive. So 3rd and 5. Taglin will be under center. He's going to run this one up the middle. They must have saw something they liked. They tried to do a little sneak attack, and they only gained about 2. It looked like Tartan was ready for it, or else just great defense there by Carter Thuringer. Number 66, it really did. He was in the backfield before anybody could see it. Thuringer with great state of mind to just jump that one and tackle Taglin down. It's going to be 4th and 3 from the 21. North needing a score to stay in this game. So Langford Johnson on the near side. They're really only looking his way. The other 2 receivers might as well not even be on the field. So Taglin will be under center. And once again, he's going to take another timeout. 2 timeouts here to start this one. My producer just whispered in my ear, I think he thinks the crowd noise is getting to him just a little bit. And I think he's right. So another timeout. So that's 2 timeouts when 1:30 into the quarter. Got to imagine it's the young quarterback really wanted to make sure he's got the right play here on 4th down at the Tartan 21-yard line. They absolutely need a score here, or else this game's just about to be out of reach. As well as Tartan does get the ball at half as well. A little recap here. 2 rushing touchdowns by Tim Owen for Tartan, as well as a block punt for Tartan, an interception by Bertelson, as well as a receiving touchdown by Singer. So Tartan just absolutely having their way with the Polars. They're melting those ice caps tonight. So Taglin in the shotgun. Langford Johnson's here on the near side, running back to his right. He's going to look to the other side this time, and it looks like there's going to be a little bit of pass interference, but it's not going to be called. Looks like he was looking for number 8. That's Mikkel Twyman. Really surprised there was no penalty there. It really looked like the wide receiver was being held. Let's take a look at this one. As Taglin looks, it looks like he threw a nice pass, and yeah, it really looked like the cornerback was pushing the wide receiver out. Not sure why it wasn't called. Could be incidental contact. Nonetheless, turnovers, North St. Paul. Tartan's going to get the ball at the 21-yard line, looking to score again. So Dang is in the backfield. Whalen has the team in the I formation. They'll do a little play action here, and he's got a man if he wants him. That's number 32, Christian Hernandez, and he's going to get across the 35 to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 16 on a nice pass from Whalen to Hernandez. So a little play action rollout. Hernandez is going to leak out, follow his quarterback here. just wide open for the pass. And he just keeps on going. So be 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Tartan in the I formation. Dang, all the way in the backfield. A little pitch to Dang now. He's going to hit the hole, and he's going to get a gain of about 8 yards. Make that 7, so it's going to set up 2nd and 3. Whalen just pitching this one out. Hernandez lead block and creates that hole. Beautiful block. 7 yards, so we got 9:25 left to go here in the half. Tartan just having their way with the Polars. Gotta imagine it's gonna be run here from Tartan now. Looking to just bleed the clock and running up the score because North St. Paul has not had an answer for them. But this was the worst field position Tartan has started it off for the night. Once again, they do a little pitch out to Dang. Dang's got some blockers. He makes a move, and there's a penalty thrown on the play. He's past the 40 to the 37-yard line. I think we're going to have a holding here, and this one's going to be coming back. Very unfortunate. Dang really making some nice moves. Just a little shovel pitch out to Dang. Tells that defender to get off him. Jukes another one. Slap to the face of another one. He gets down around the 37. Unfortunately, a holding play kind of away from the run, so really unnecessary here. That's going to set them back 10 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 15 from the 30-yard line. 2nd and 17, excuse me. 2nd and 18, 8:45 here left to go in the first half. Whalen already has 1 touchdown pass on the game. Then went to Singer. Beautiful pass. Singer with great body control to catch the touchdown. Once again, they hand this one out to Dang, and Dang's going to get a pickup of about 3. So Dang not with as much space on that run as he's had the last few. It's going to set up 3rd and 14 from the 34-yard line. Need to get to about the 48 in order to pick up this first down. So Whalen in the pistol formation will throw this one out to Kimmins, the basketball star, and he's still going. And he's going to be just short of the first down of about 3 yards. Nice little play there to get the basketball star involved. Kimmins just took a D1 scholarship to basketball for I forget where, but he's a heck of a basketball player. Nice moves here. He just keeps those feet going. So Tartan's going to punt it. It's going to be 4th and 3 from the 45. Tartan might need to call a timeout. They're taking a lot of time. And they fake it. This one going to Owen. Owen's back there, and he gets past the 50, right at the 50. 2 yards past where he needed to be. Kind of saw that one coming the whole time. So gain of 5 on the fake punt. Owen doing what he needs to do, gets the first down. Tartan Titans have a 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. 6:37 left to go here in the second quarter. So
hey, Bubba, where you at?
Lining up under center in the I formation. 2 wide receivers split out wide. They're going to motion one over. That's Singer. They're going to hand this one off. This one goes to Dang, and Dang's still on his feet. He's going to get a gain of about 7. 8, and that's at the 42-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 42-yard line. Let's take a look at this handoff right here. And Dang just keeps those feet going. Tartan really bleeding this clock here. So once again, Tartan's got the I formation. Dang lined up in the backfield. 2 wide receivers split out wide. Whalen. Motion Singer back over. They fake the pitch and they hand this one off to Hernandez. And it looks like he's going to get past the 40 down to around the 38, and he's going to pick up the first down. You can see they fake the pitch and they hand it off. So 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line with almost 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, excuse me. Just a reminder, we do have that interview with Coach Teglin, the coach's corner here at halftime, and Whalen's looking to go deep on this pass. He's got Singer open, and it's just through his fingertips. Looks like he was in bounds, couldn't get it to go. Singer looking for his 2nd touchdown of the night. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it to go. He's gonna be thinking about that one for days. Him and Whalen will be talking at the lunch tables this week, just talking about that pass. So nice throw by Whalen, actually. Beautiful pass. Whalen, a senior. Singer, just a sophomore. So he's going to be around these parts for quite some time, terrorizing these North St. Paul Polars. So once again in the I formation, Whalen will take the snap. Once again, he gets it out to Dang. Dang's got the edge, and he's going to keep going. Dang, that kid's fast. He's down around the 25-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 12 by Dang. As you can see, he just gets that speed right out here. Great blocking. He's got Hernandez right there leading it for him. You got to really like this 1-2 punch by the Tartan Titans, as you got Tim Owen averaging 9.7 yards per carry, but Dang is actually averaging 11.4 yards per carry on the year. Coming into this game, he had 18 attempts for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns. Both these guys can play. So they'll pitch it once again to Dang. Dang bounces it outside, and we're going to have a holding here. This one's coming back, unfortunately, after around the 20-yard gain. It was either a holding or a chop block. I'm not exactly sure. Let's see if we could take a look for ourselves here. Once again, it's really something that didn't need to happen. I'm not really sure what the penalty was, but it is holding on the Titans, and that's going to set them back to the 36-yard line. It's not like any negative yardage matters to this Tartan team, because they've been absolutely running up and down on this North St. Paul defense all night. So Whalen's going to line up in the pistol here. 2 wide receivers split out to the far side. 4:28 here left to go in the second quarter. So Whalen, once again, he's going to pitch this one to Dang. It's a little low, doesn't matter. He's got the speed. He's going to get a gain of about 4 yards here. Let's see this for Dang's perspective. Nice camera work right here. Following him the whole way. 4-yard gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 20 at the 33-yard line. Haven't really seen Tim Owen, the lead rusher here for Tartan, since the first quarter. If he had those 2 touchdown runs, they're really getting Dang the ball here, and he's making the most of these carries to do a play action pass. Pass is a little too high for Hernandez, and that one's going to fall incomplete. had the right play. Whalen just throws it a little too high out of Hernandez's reach. Nice little play action here. They've really been tearing up with Dang, so that was effective. And Hernandez had nothing but room to run if Whalen just takes his time and puts that ball right where he needs to. This is going to be 3rd and 17 from the 33-yard line. Needing to get to the 16. Whalen's got his team in the I formation. 2 wide receivers split out wide. And it looks like he got the defender to jump, but he also got his wide receiver to jump. Let's see who jumped first. Was it Kimmins or was it North St. Paul? And that one's gonna go against Tartan. Yep, Kimmins just goes, and if Kimmins didn't go, they had number 52 for North St. Paul dead to rights, but unfortunately Kimmins got him. That was Elijah Carter, the senior, almost jumping off sides, but he's negated by Kimmins, so it's gonna be 3rd and 22 from the 38-yard line. 3:36 left to go here in the second quarter. Whalen's gonna line up in the pistol. 3 wide receivers split up wide, 2 here on the near side, 1 on the far side. He's looking to pass. He's going to throw it behind the line of scrimmage. This one to Owen. Owen with his first appearance in the game in quite some time. North St. Paul's there to stop it, so the North St. Paul offense is going to get the ball back likely here with 3 minutes left to go. Looks like they're going to keep the starting offense out here, but Whalen is also the punter and he's also the kicker. So I really expect him to pooch this one. I think he's just gonna pooch this. He's gonna punt it down. There's no returner set there for North St. Paul. Oh, he's actually gonna pass. And this one's gonna go to number 3, and it's caught. It's Agenwume. He's down at around the 4-yard line. A 31-yard pass. And Tartan not letting their foot off the gas pedal. 4th and 22. Whalen just throws a dime to Agenwume. He's down at the 4. Actually, excuse me, the 5-yard line. Either way, 30-yard pass. Whalen throwing dimes out there tonight. Really gutsy call for Coach Matt Dedeker. And if you're Coach Taglin, you know, you thought that you're going to get the ball back, maybe have a chance to score here, and then your defense just lets up a huge bomb. So Tartan in the I formation, they hand this one off to Dang. Dang, nothing going up the middle. He bounces outside. He gets a gain of about 2. He's going to be down at the 3, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line with 2:15 left to go in the second quarter. Wow, I really was not expecting Tartan to come out with that pass, but it worked. See, there's nothing going for Owen, or Dang, excuse me. But they'll get Owen back in the game. Dang running off the field. He's got Hernandez in front of him. Owen's got 2 touchdowns on the day. They'll hand this one off to Owen. He's going to get tackled down at about the 2-yard line. Looks like the ball is fumbled. And North St. Paul's got it. So just what North St. Paul needed. Let's see this. Owen's got it. He runs up the middle. It really looked like his knee was down. Nonetheless, he fumbles the ball. Let's see if we can watch that replay once again. It really looked like his knee might have been down on that play. Nonetheless, this is high school football. You can't review it. We do have a Tartan guy down on the field. Let's take a look at this. Owen takes the handoff. His knee looked like it wasn't down, but it was on top of number 52. It was on top of number 52 for North St. Paul. That's Elijah Carter. So Carter comes up with a big stop. And that's number 6 with the belt there. And that's Richard Tillman, WWE belt. I don't know why he's wearing a belt right now because they're down by 20, but so let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast for the night. It's the 18th, we got White Bear Lake versus Stillwater Volleyball. 19th, we have Sports Path. That'll be live at 7 o'clock. Then we got some soccer, some more volleyball games. What should have been a highly touted matchup on the 28th between Matamidi and South St. Paul. But it looks like Matamidi is going to come away with the W on that one. And then the 5th, once again, we have White Bear Lake versus Woodbury. Woodbury always good, so that's going to be a tough matchup for the Coach Bartlett-led Bears. And then the 11th, we got some more football. And then the 17th, we got the Sports Path. And that's really going to be it for our fall schedule until we get into the section matchups. So Teglin's going to be lined up in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers split up the far side. 1 running back to his right. 1 running wide receiver here on the near side. He motions the wide receiver over. They're looking over across the middle. It's Langford Johnson, and he's got a gain of about 20 yards. He's going to be pushed down at around the 42-yard line. So Langford Johnson just absolutely tearing up this Tartan defense. And they need to keep going to that well because he is an absolute mismatch. The basketball star creating separation. So once again, Teglin's looking deep. Throws a little bit outstretched. He did have 2 men streaking down the field. Unfortunately, pressure was just there. So Tartan's going to call a timeout to regroup here. Something's going on defense. I think they're going to start double teaming Langford Johnson. He's the only offense the Polars have had tonight. Otherwise, this North St. Paul offense has been very putrid, but they have gotten those deep passes to Johnson, and he's been playing outstanding. So we got a 1:08 left to go here in the first half. Teglin, 220 yards in the loss to Irondale on the week. That's a lot of yards for the sophomore. Unfortunately, they really had to keep passing the ball because they were down by so much against Irondale. Nothing you can really do, but you can like to see that for Teglin. Just getting in a rhythm, getting some yards, getting a lot of experience here in his sophomore year. And there's his dad, the head coach. We got an interview with him at halftime, a great coach's corner with Alex Westad. Alex was supposed to be on this broadcast with me tonight. Unfortunately, wasn't able to make it. So Teglin in the shotgun. He rolls out to his right. So will his offensive line. He's going to throw this one down the field. Unfortunately, this one goes out of bounds. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 37-yard line. North really needed to put some points on the board here with 1:02 left to go, especially when Tartan gets the ball after halftime. So 1 timeout left for the Polars, 0 left for Tartan. Teglin, 1 in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 wide receivers here on the near side. Langford Johnson, the furthest one. They're going to hand this one off to Weldon, and I think they're just going to be content going down in the half. Down by 20.
Timeout.
And now they call a timeout, which I don't really understand, but nonetheless. They're going to get a gain of about 2 on that one, so it's going to be 4th and 8. There's still plenty of time here, so you really have to punt the ball. I don't know, you just burn the timeout just to burn it. It doesn't really make sense, but nonetheless, North St. Paul will be punting this ball away. Just a reminder, once again, we got to interview with new head coach for the Polars, Coach Tagland, taking over a team that hasn't been so great the past year or so, but they were in the state tournament a couple of years ago, so not too far out of their former glory. Coach Tagland looking to get them back. This is definitely going to be a little bit of a rebuilding year. Trying to implement his system from not only high school, but all the way down to the lower levels and get these guys acclimated to what he wants. The Polars team trying to get their team back into it, but unfortunately they're getting really excited for a punt. The punt's underway, and that one's almost blocked, but an absolute beauty of a punt. And that's gonna be Kimmins. Kimmins, he's got a hole, and he's gonna get down to around the 46-yard line. There's still 39 seconds left to go, and the way Tartan was playing on that last offensive drive, I expect them to keep their foot on the pedal and get some points here before the half. But what a beauty of a punt that was. Perfect spiral, about 45 yards in the air. Just kicks it around the 27, all the way down. It's about 50 yards in the air. That was an insane punt. But once again, that punt was almost blocked. The special teams unit for Tartan really showing up today, already with one punt block. So Whalen's in the pistol. Dang in the backfield. There's going to be a penalty here. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a false start. And they were looking to keep their foot on the pedal. They had two streaking wide receivers down on both sides. Both the wide receivers not happy, I think more because they just ran that far enough to run all the way back for a useless play. So it's going to be 1st and 15, ball on the 36-yard line. Whalen once again is going to be lined up in the pistol. Two wide receivers split out on the far side, one here on the near side. Dang right behind him in that pistol formation. Look for him to go deep. That's exactly what they're going to do. Got three-man pressure, and he's going to bomb this one to Kimmins. And that pass is broken up by number 3, Splinter. Splinter did have that touchdown on him by Singer earlier in this game. Most of the time you just see Splinter down in the sewer cells talking to the Turtles, but he comes up with the pass block on this one. So this is going to be 2nd and 15, 33 seconds left to go. Ball on the 36. And Tartan is looking to score. Pistol formation, two wide receivers out to the far side. They're going to run a screen. And I don't know how much room Dang would have had to run, but it was a great draw up here. They had what they wanted. Nice job by Whalen to suck in the defense. Watch this right here. They run the screen, they let the defense. He waits as long as he can before he throws it out to Dang, and it just goes right through Dang's hands. That was right at his chest. And you know, when you're splitting carries, that could lose you some playing time. .29 seconds left here in the first half. Once again, they're lined up in the pistol. Dang right behind him. This snap is going to go out. Whalen just going to fall on it. Smart thing to do. That's going to be the end of the half here, I think. Clock stopped. You see what very low snap here, right through his legs. Whalen has to run back and chase, and he's just going to fall on this one. North calls a timeout here. I thought they were all out of timeouts. That's our, must have miscounted. But that one was on there on the last timeout that they had, so I don't know how they still had one left. Nonetheless, North St. Paul does call a timeout, probably looking to get something crafty here going before the end of the half, trying to get some little spark to go into the second half. If you're Coach Dideker, you got to really like what you see here in this first half, and not only the first half, but the first 2 games, absolute blowouts. And now you have this game, which is a blowout too. Not too sure about the competition in the first 2 games. I know North St. Paul definitely isn't in the tier that Tartan is, but you know, Tartan wasn't the best team last year, but this looks like a team that can compete with Mahtomedi this year for the championship, for the division championship here in that Suburban Gray Conference. Mahtomedi, always a good team under Coach Metzel. It's really going to be a battle on October 12th, and you bet we'll be there to cover it. So Tartan back to punt. Kick this one away, and this one's a boomer. North St. Paul's gonna catch it. He's got some space. The kid is speedy, and they're gonna get pushed down and around the 48-yard line of Tartan. So 14 seconds left to go here. I mean, if you're North St. Paul and you're down by 20 in the first half, why not take one shot at the end zone? So just a booming punt from Dorian Singer. Not only is he catching touchdowns, but he's hitting booming kicks. So Tagland in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers split on the far side, 1 on the near side, and he's looking deep, and he's got Langford Johnson. Langford Johnson goes up and gets it. He's down at the 16-yard line. There's 8 seconds left to go. They got to hurry up. The clock does stop on the first down, but they're going to need to spike this one. Langford Johnson just unstoppable tonight. Clock is running, and they're going to throw this one back to Langford Johnson, and this one's picked off. That's Singer once again, not only with the touchdown, now with the interception. 0.4 seconds left to go here in the first half. Singer with a beautiful catch. You knew that was going to happen. They were going to double team Langford eventually, and they do come up with it. Here's the last one, and you'll see Singer just shade help over here, and they had him double team the whole time. Singer timing that one perfectly, elevating at the right time, coming down with the interception. Singer doing it all tonight. 1 receiving touchdown, 1 interception. This kid can do it all, folks, playing 2 ways, punting the ball. And should I remind you, he's just a sophomore. This kid's getting in contention for my Athlete of the Week with this game. That you can find on SportsMatch. So Whalen will take a knee. That's the end of the first half. Tartan 20, North St. Paul nothing. Let's do some highlights here. Just a little quick recap of what went on during that first half. Here's the interception by Bertelson. Tagland just throwing the ball up, a little Tavares Jackson jump pass like. And then here's one of Owens' touchdown runs, just sneaking up the middle, steady the ball over the goal line. And then here's a block punt here by Tartan. Great special teams in that first half, giving them great field position. They also had great defense. And here's Singer's touchdown, just slinging it in the end zone, using that body control, as you saw on that last interception. There it was. And there is the Tartan crowd. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedules here. As we talked about, North St. Paul goes on to face Park Center. They finish the year at Mahtomedi. And I don't know if I can see a W on this record here, on this upcoming schedule. Let's take a look at Tartan's upcoming schedule. Tartan goes the 12th is the big game. They should win the next 3 against Hill Murray, Simley, and Hastings. But Mahtomedi is the test. That's October 12th. We'll be there. SEC Sports will be there. I'll be there. We're not going to miss that game. That game's going to be my guess for the Suburban Grade Championship. It's really going to decide who's going to be there. As we talked about, we might actually not be covering that game. So excuse me, I got too excited. I figured we would. But here's the upcoming schedule. On the 19th and October 5th, we do have, the 3rd of October, we do have Sports Path. We got White Bear Lake versus Woodbury. White Bear Lake starting the year 2-0 after not winning a game for nearly 3 years. Coach Bartlett leading these guys, to 2 wins. And that's actually homecoming for White Bear Lake on October 5th, and they got a huge test against Woodbury. And then North St. Paul versus Stillwater, always a huge match. The Stephanie Blanda-led North St. Paul Polars go on to take the rival Stillwater Ponies. And you think the Polars could easily take down the Ponies with those names. They're just facing mascot off a mascot. But now we'll go into Coach's Corner with Coach Teglin, see what he has to say about not only North St. Paul, but going in and taking over this program. And, I'll let him take it away himself.
Welcome back to the first edition of Coach's Corner here for the 2018-19 school year. Of course, because we do have some new coaches in the district and it is football season, we're going to start our edition of Coach's Corner this year with new North St. Paul football coach, Gene Teglin. Gene, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, the first question we'll start with, we ask all our coaches this: how'd you get your start in football?
Well, I played in high school, loved it there, and then went to play college football at Bethel, loved it more there. Then as I got older and kind of fell in love with coaching, where I was up in Becker, Minnesota with that, so just kind of started with youth and worked my way up into the varsity, and then we moved down here to take a high school job at New Life Academy and find myself here. So it's kind of grown from playing to coaching over the last 20 years.
So speaking of your transition here to North St. Paul, what was it about this Polar program that brought you into it?
When I went through the interview process, I was really impressed with the interview process. I felt like they asked the right questions, and you could tell that they were really hungry for kind of a positive change. And it just kind of matched what they were looking for and what I was looking for. So that kind of really drew me to it. I watched film, of prior years past. I could tell the guys like to hit, which is important for playing football. So it seemed to be a really good fit on both sides.
Well, when we talk about this North Polar squad, they made the state tournament in 2015, won 1 game in 16, and was winless last year. In your past record as a coach, you've turned around programs from 2-win, 4-win to a 6-win season. How do you plan on doing that here at North?
It starts with the guys just believing themselves. I did it as a coach where I was before. We went to second finals after year 3. As a player, we went 3 years without a win, and then we were ranked in state as a senior. And at Bethel, 2 wins as a freshman, and then we were, in the kind of the finals with St. John's in my senior year. So as a player and coach, I've kind of been through it. And the main thing is just getting guys, one, to believe in each other, that they can win. Understand their potential, get the potential out of them, and then put a system that matches what they can do. So, when it comes to North St. Paul, it's a really talented group. Very talented group. We just got to get them in a position where they can succeed, throwing the ball. There's some guys who can really run routes, catch the ball really well. I think we feel good where we're at quarterback. And then just getting them to understand there's going to be ups and downs. We got to just stay with the system, no matter what. You don't let the outcome, you don't let the experience around you affect your effort every play. So it's a long process. I wish it was overnight, but it's not going to be. But I'm really excited about what these guys can do and the talent they have, and we'll get there. There's no doubt about that.
Speaking of the student athletes on the field behind us, who are some players we can look out for this season to really make an impact with your team?
Well, you got Jeremy Walden, who was all district last year. He played both sides last year. He'll probably do that again this year. He loves to hit a defense. He's a really good running back. He fits really well with our run game system, so I'd look out for him. We bring in a transfer, Ben Teglin, who was a freshman who threw for over 1,500 yards. Knows the system really well. So that will help. Brendan Langford Johnson, a basketball guy, came up for football. He's a really special receiver, so looking forward to that. And we got some really good linemen too, that Mark Braley and Cy, who were returning linemen from last year, and I think our system fits what they are going to be good at. But it's a whole new system, so it's going to take some time. But I'd really look out for those guys. I think they're going to have good years.
Now, we've had the opportunity to watch your team practice. We've seen the style of practice that you guys have, but we haven't quite seen you in a game yet. Describe your team's style of play when we get into watching them on the
Well, I
field.
mean, on offense, we like to be balanced, 50-50 run pass. It doesn't always work out that way, but by the end of the year, we tend to be pretty much 50-50. We want the defense, we want to kind of dictate to the defense what we're going to do, make them react to what we're doing all the time, so they can expect the unexpected from that standpoint. On defense, we have Coach Tolley, who is at River Falls, and I'm really excited about what he's bringing. We'll have a lot of, North St. Paul likes to hit. I think it's always been that way, and I think this can be brought up to another level, the style of defense he's playing. So, I think we'll be, I know we'll be entertaining on offense, on defense, and know we're gonna lay the wood a little bit and have some fun. So it should be a lot of fun on Friday night, and we hope they turn into wins.
Of course, when we look at the schedule, there's a lot of interesting matchups that we see on that schedule. Is there one that you're looking forward to the most?
Well, I think all the guys are looking forward to Tartan. I'm looking forward to having a real heated rivalry, so I think that will be good. I'm looking forward to our first game at St. Thomas Academy. It'll be just you don't really know where you're at until you play. St. Thomas Academy is a really good program. They're always in the right place at the right time, so it'll be interesting to see where we're at. So, the obvious rivals, Tartan, Matamidi, things like that.
The last question that I'll ask you is, what are your goals as a coach here in North St. Paul in your first year?
Philosophically, I really want the guys, one, to believe in themselves and each other on the field. Off the field, same thing. This is a really smart group. I've been really impressed because we do a lot on offense. It's not easy from a schematic standpoint, and they're picking it up. So I really want them to get hold of that and believe how great they can become, and then hopefully that turns into wins.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us here on the first edition of Coach's Corner for the school year, and best of luck to the Polar football program this season.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is your home for Polar football here on SEC Sports.
So great insight there by Coach Tagland, really giving us the down low on what he expects of this program and what's to come. But if you guys missed Sports Path, the last 2 weeks ago almost, here's a little bit of what we talked about. Oh, in the last Sports Path, we covered a lot of stuff, kicking off the fall season, a lot of football going on. Tartan sitting at 2-0, Matamidi at 2-0. But we actually have a special package where we talked, where SEC TV talked to some firefighters and what they had to say about 9/11.
Having that desire to want to be a firefighter was something that I always wanted to do. I didn't start until I was 30 though, so it took me a little while to finally get up the courage to actually apply to a department and join.
Nobody in my family is from the fires or law enforcement services or EMS. Nobody was a nurse or a doctor or had any type of medical background at all whatsoever. My dad was a truck driver and my mom worked putting computer boards together. I think it was in my personality to be in this line of work.
My mom tells me when I was 5, a lot of kids want to be a firefighter, want to be a police officer, want to be certain things, and it just never wore off on me.
It was just a normal day at work, and at my desk, had the radio on, and remember hearing him saying something about a plane may have crashed into one of the buildings, and didn't think much of it. And then a little bit later, they're talking about another plane that had crashed.
He responded to an ambulance call that morning, and I was with our now retired chief, and we were on the ambulance, and he had gotten a phone call. It was before we returned to the station that he responded to that phone call and said, a plane just flew into the towers in New York City.
It was a beautiful day, I remember that. It was, bright blue sky. I'm also kind of a plane fanatic, especially military planes, and I'll never forget, I could hear late in the afternoon the sounds of a F-16 circling above me. That was surreal. You know, I'll never forget how quiet it was that night, and to hear the sounds of military aircraft patrolling our skies was, it was something. It was something I'll never forget.
I think it's something that's always in the back of my mind. I know recently I've been reading more stories about some of the first responders that are dying of cancer from that, and so there's always stuff that kind of comes up that makes me remember that day. I don't think it deterred me from ever wanting to become a firefighter. If anything, it probably made me want to become one even more. Just to see that there are people out there that were willing to risk their lives to save others. I think it made me want to do it even more than before that day.
It used to be, was the scene safe? And we always imagined the things we could see. Oh, there's a big fire. Okay, it's not safe. But what we didn't think about a lot then is the things we couldn't see. And we think about that now. I still love to help people. You know, events like 9/11 really didn't instill terror in me. It made me want to be able to help more.
I worry all the time about my employees. Obviously what happened on September 11th was of a grand scale, but there are things that happen across this country every day, and to the point now that some of them don't make the news, but they're still happening. And so it is very concerning to me.
They were going into a situation, they weren't really exactly sure what the situation was. They weren't sure what the outcome was going to be, but they went anyways because that was their job and that's what they were trained to do. And you know, even though I wasn't a firefighter at the time, they were still my brothers and sisters. And I just have the utmost respect for them for doing what they did on that day.
It was more about the terror of the day and what was really happening and all the events that were happening that day. And it was well after the fact for me that it really hit home how many people didn't go home from work that day.
There were firefighters that knew, you know, based on the radio transmissions, they weren't coming back. They knew that, but they did it anyway. I would thank them, you know, for what they did. And we don't think about it a whole lot because it's what we do, you know, but it is at great risk.
So well done package there by SCC in honor of the 17th anniversary of one of the worst times in America, 9/11. Well, let's go to something a little brighter. There was the North St. Paul crowd looking to get their section going here. You know, they're at Tartan. Let's take a look at those Suburban Gold standings. Robbinsdale, Cooper, Spring Lake Park sitting at the top, 2-0. Then you got Park Center and North St. Paul down at the bottom. North St. Paul, the only winless team in that division, and it's likely going to stay that way here tonight, down 20-0 at the half. Let's take a look at those Suburban Gray standings. Once again, the usual Matamidi 1-0, 2-0 overall. What's really surprising is the South St. Paul Packers are sitting at 0-2, 0-1 in conference. South St. Paul has been so good. They've been competing for the Suburban Grade Championship the last few years with Matamidi. Something really going wrong there. They might have lost a lot of players. They did get steamrolled by Tartan. Tartan's 1-0, 2-0 overall. Tartan have a really good team this year. Tim Owen, 2 touchdowns tonight. Bertelson with 1 interception. This team really doing it all. They're stout defensively up front, really letting nothing going on. The only Achilles heel for this Tartan defense has been basketball star Brendan Langford Johnson. He's been just absolutely dominating at wide receiver against this Tartan secondary. Finally, as you saw in the last play of the half, or the second to last play on the half, they double teamed him. And Dorian Singer came up with the interception. And we'll also go into, we got 2:14 left to go here in halftime. Let's go into a Sports Path Athletes of the Week from 2 weeks ago.
All right, for my male athlete of the week, I have to go with senior cornerback and wide receiver Ryan Smith, number 7 out of Matabida. You saw that picked off pass on defense. Then he immediately switched to play offense and scored a touchdown pass. Super impressive. He had 2 picks to end the night, a few fantastic pass breakups as well. This young man had a day. We'll definitely be seeing more of him in the upcoming weeks as the football season continues on. And for my female athlete of the week, I have to go with White Bear Lake girls soccer player senior forward Claire Oldmark. She had 3 goals and a 5-1 victory over Eastview on August 25th. She currently leads the Bears in goals scored with 5 on the year. She also led the team last season as a junior with 20 goals, and I think she might be looking to beat that stat with 5 goals already in 5 games. So congratulations to you 2 players for a great start to the fall season, and that's it for my athletes of the week.
So those were my athletes of the week from 2 weeks ago. Let's do a little recap of how this game is, where it is. And here's the interception. Taglin throws it right to Bertelson, a little Tavares Jackson, terrible jump pass here, but that's going to happen when you're a sophomore. And then here's the Tim Owen touchdown to start the scoring. Owen with his 5th touchdown on the year. Eventually he will pick up his 6th here on the night. And here's one of the first 3 turnovers on the first 3 possessions for North St. Paul. Tartan gets the ball, and once again they hand it off to Owen. Owen here with the 2nd touchdown of the night. Slow-mo right there from 25 yards out. Busting that one in, keeping the feet in bounds. Boom, touchdown, and then Tartan goes up 14-0. And then even slower motion here. Now, there we go, and that pretty much recaps what happens. Eventually, Singer gets the 3rd touchdown of the game for Tartan to make it 20-0, and then the extra point was blocked. And then to end the half, Tartan did fumble the ball, and they set up North St. Paul. North St. Paul made a little drive. They got all the way down inside the Tartan 20-yard line. And they threw it up, as I said earlier, they threw it up to Langford Johnson, but he was double teamed, and Singer came down with the pick. Singer with, not only the receiving touchdown, but the interception. This guy having a game like Ryan Smith did for Matamidi, who was my athlete of the week in those last highlights, having a phenomenal game. So you got to think, what is Coach Taglin gonna, scheme up here in the second half? You can't keep going to Langford Johnson. You're gonna have to throw it to somebody else. Langford Johnson, he had well over 100 receiving yards in that first half. And he's also got to find a way to stop Tim Owen and Tien Dang. Tien Dang and Owen just running all over this Polar defense. If they were the Ice Caps, they'd be melted. No room for the Polars there. So the Titans will be receiving the ball here in the second half. And they weren't letting their foot off the pedal. They were really attacking, trying to score before the end of the half with under 2 minutes left to go. And they should be up by at least, another score. As I just said, Dang did fumble the ball into the end zone, and Tartan did jump on it. So here we are. 12 minutes on the clock. Third quarter set to kick off. Back to receive is Kimmins and Singer. Kimmins with a nice catch and And here's Kubatowicz, the kicker, getting ready to kick this one off. Kubatowicz, a soccer player as well. And that one's kicked high, and this one's going to be caught by Kimmins, and he's going to get past the 15. He's got some room. He's going to be down at around the 31-yard line. So nice, as you saw, he shows that basketball speed. As I said, Kimmins is going to be a D1 basketball player next year. First, he's got to finish his year here at Tartan. Kimmins, kind of looks like he's going to hand that one off to Singer, and then he takes it himself. Defender takes a bad angle. Kimmins uses that great athleticism gets passed down to the 32-yard line. So 1st and 10, 11:53 here to go in the third quarter. So Whalen's in the I formation, 2 wide receivers on the near side. He's going to hand this one off, and this one goes to Dang for a loss of a couple. It's going to be a loss of 3. He'll be pushed back to the 29-yard line. Or, excuse me, the 30. It's going to be 2nd and 12. Great penetration here by the North St. Paul defense. Dang, nowhere to go. That's Sean Holt in the backfield before Dang knew what to do with it. And boom, 2nd and 12. So once again, Whalen's in the I formation. 2 wide receivers split out wide. Looked like he was signaling over to Egawamai, who had a nice catch earlier in this game. And they're gonna hand this one off once again to Dang, and he's got nowhere to go, and he was hitting the backfield, but he's gonna tear something or nothing into something, and he's still going. Dang, likely not very happy after fumbling at the end of the second quarter almost. He's got a pickup of about 4. That's going to be 3rd and 8. As you can see, Dang hit 5 yards deep in the backfield. Just keeps going and going and going. Throws the defender off him. Gotta like that little nastiness. 3rd and 6 from the 36-yard line. Tartan once again will line up in the I formation. 2 wide receivers on the near side here. Actually, they're going to be in the I formation, correct? Hernandez in front of Dang. They're going to look to pass. This one goes to Singer. Singer's got it at the 40. He's got it down past the 50 to the 47-yard line. And that's going to be a 21-yard gain for Tartan. Nice pass there. They knew they were passing the whole way. No play action even occurring there. So he's set up 1st and 10. Whalen looking very good tonight, and I think we're seeing a little more passing than this Tartan team has done in the past. They only had 28 attempts all year. Whalen only had 189 yards coming into this game. No receiver had over 100 yards receiving. And now there's a fumble. Let's see who has it. And that's North St. Paul. Big man comes up with it. That's Elijah Carter. Carter causing the fumble at the end of the second half, and now he picks up the fumble. Have a day, young man. Just a little handoff there and fumble. Carter now, I think that's the North St. Paul's version of the turnover chain. He's got the turnover belt. Definitely adds a wrinkle, but I really think they should bring that belt out in cases of winning. So North St. Paul line up, one running back in the backfield. They'll hand it off to Weldon. Weldon will pick up a gain of about 4. So it's 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line. Weldon doing his part tonight. But besides him and Langford Johnson, there's no offense to speak of for this North St. Paul Polar team. So once again, North St. Paul this time, they'll run out with 3 wide receivers, 2 on the far side, 1 closest. They'll motion 1 over. They'll hand this one off to Weldon again. He had a little bit of a hole. He's going to get a gain of about 2. So it's going to be 3rd and 5, under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So we should be able to see this hole right here. Not much going. It looks like Weldon kind of slipped down once he got that handoff. But I tell you what, Ben Taglin, the quarterback, for being a sophomore, he is a big boy. 6'2", 200 pounds. Just a sophomore, so this kid's getting his feet wet. I bet by the time he's a senior, this Polar team's going to be pretty good. And now he fumbles the snap, and he's just going to fall on it. It's going to set up 4th down. Looks like a little miscommunication between him and the center. It didn't look like he was ready for the snap, but the rest of the team went. Let's take a look. So no, just the wide snap here, and he falls on it, and North St. Paul's gonna punt. Kubatowicz will be the punter. Kimmins will be receiving. So Tartan already with one punt block today. They almost had a second one, but Kubatowicz had about a 50-yard punt in the air the last time he punted to end in the second quarter, and boy, it was a beauty. Let's see if he can do this again. A little shorter this time, but a lot of hang time, but it's gonna bounce back up, and Tartan will touch this one down. That's number 7, Dylan Papelka. So Tartan takes over on offense. Nothing going for the North St. Paul offense. Once again, a great defensive possession for this Tartan team. As you can see, great hang time by Kubatowicz. I mean, he had defenders down there, and it would have been about a 35, 40-yard punt. But unfortunately, it took a bad hop backwards. Nonetheless, Whalen and the Tartan offense will line up in the I formation. 2 wide receivers split out here on the near side. Singer shifts back over, goes to crack block, pitch out to Dang. Great penetration, and there's a block in the back, and they don't even call it, and now Dang's gonna bust free, and he's gonna go into the end zone. He's past the 5, he's finally in, and you knew he was gonna score once he got past the 40-yard line, and it really looked like the referees missed a block in the back, which would have been huge, and the North St. Paul coaches are not happy at all right now. Nonetheless, it's 26-0. Let's watch this. You'll see a wide receiver coming out here will push somebody in the back. There you go. Looks like Kimmins held up right at the right time, and Dang just reverses field, Reggie Bush-like. Watch this. Watch Dang just using his field of vision. A little spin move, Eddie Lacy-like, coming back across the field like Reggie Bush. He puts that one in. So here's the extra point here. Actually, they're gonna go for 2. 26-0. Whalen's gonna throw this one. This one goes to number 19. Or 89, excuse me. Not on the roster. I'm guessing that's who they said, number 80, Zachary Spoden. So they recover the point that they missed on the blocked point after attempt. And here's that long run again. Dang, just using his speed. Look at that, breaking tackles, running across the field. Got to get great hustle by the guys in front of him, making sure he gets it. There's quarterback Solomon Whalen lead blocking on that touchdown. Fantastic play overall. Dang gets his first touchdown of the game. About a 65-yard run. Have a run, young man. You got to think, North St. Paul, you can't really have the turnover belt if you can't stop this team. This Tartan Titan offense just looking outstanding tonight. 3 straight games where they're absolutely blowing out their opponents. Whalen's going to kick this one off here. Got to wonder how much longer Tartan's going to run out these starters. I'd guess by the 4th quarter they'll have their backups in. So this one will be received. And they're going to let this one roll down. I have no idea what number 13 was doing there, Rodney Haynes. But he just kept watching the ball run and run and run. And roll and roll and roll. Finally, he picks it up and goes about 4 yards. I don't know. That's something on film that Coach Taglin's not going to be happy about. Teachable moment. So we 1st and 10 at the 13 for North St. Paul. Last possession went 3 and out. Fumbled snap on 3rd down. Forced the Pullers to punt. So Taglin, once again, he doesn't look anywhere else but Langford Johnson, and this time he throws an interception. That's Singer once again. He's crossing the field back, and Taglin's going to go to tackle him. And Taglin does. Taglin, once again, terrible pass. No idea where he was throwing. There is a penalty flag on the play. I'm guessing it's on the return. Let's see if this is going to count here. This pass, if this stands, it'll be his 4th interception on the year. He's already got 2 tonight. Let's watch that replay, because I don't know if I see this pass interference here on the near side. If we cue this up real quick. That would have been his 3rd interception of the night. So excuse me, through 3 games on the year, he's got 5 interceptions. That would have been his 6th. I'm not sure that wasn't the replay specifically that we could see the pass interference on. But nonetheless, North St. Paul gets a huge break here, and let's see if they could take advantage of it. So once again, Taglin's in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers split out wide. And we're going to have a false start here by the Polars. That's exactly what it is. It'll bump them back 5, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Or 1st and 15, excuse me. So once again, Taglin will have the Polars in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers here on the near side, 1 split out on the far side. Taglin, delayed handoff. Weldon gets it. He's going to get a gain of about, looks like he's going to have no gain here. So it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 23, 6:43 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Defense reads this one the whole way. So 2nd and 15, North St. Paul looking to get something, maybe some momentum going into next week. Langford Johnson here on the near side with another wide receiver, so 2 on the near side. So he's looking for Langford Johnson, and that he gets it, but unfortunately it goes right through his hands, bounces off his leg, and that's going to set up 3rd and 15 from the 23. So let's watch this one. It was a nice pass by Taglin, right on the money, a nice backside shoulder fade. And unfortunately, he just drops it, but nonetheless, that really has nothing to do with him. He's had an outstanding game overall. That's number 59 is down for the Polars. Not what you like to see. That's Champik Zhang. Zhang, the 235-pound, 5'6" junior. With that injury, though, we'll go to break.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
So 3rd and 15, 6:13 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Taglin in the shotgun. He's going to bomb this one out to number 10, DeJuan Carter, and this one's picked off. That's number 8, Derek Olson. The 3rd interception of the game. And Teglin having a game to forget tonight for the sophomore. Luckily, he's going to have a lot more in his career, but unfortunately, let's see this, a very underthrown ball. Dwan Carter was never open here, and he threw that ball before it even happened and just kind of hoped and prayed. Olsen getting the interception. Third interception of the night for Teglin. That's the 6th on the year. He had one that was called back on a pass interference in that same drive. So he was bailed out, and then he throws another one. So a little pitch here. This one goes to Kimmins. Kimmins has got the corner, and he's going to go. He's around. He's past the 30, down past the 15. He's still going. Down to the 2-yard line, and this kid is an athlete. Kimmins, absolutely amazing. I can't wait to watch this kid play some basketball this year, but he's doing it on the football field. Let's see this one. A little bit of shotgun. They do a quick pitch out to Kimmins. Kimmins hits that hole. He's got some great lead blocking here by the wide receiving crew. He just keeps going. I don't know what's going on here, but I think North St. Paul's going to have some tackling drills at the next practice, or they're going to get their butts laid into when they watch film tomorrow. So 1st and goal from the 4-yard line, and in the pistol, Whalen looking. Oh, he had a man wide open, and he just overthrows him. It was number 89. Not sure who number 89 is. They do not have him on the roster, but he did have the completed 2-point conversion earlier on the last touchdown. So 28-0. Tartan looking to add some more points to this lead. 5:54 left to go. Both teams 3 timeouts. This drive set up by a huge run by Anton Kimmins. Whalen in the pistol. 2 wide receivers split on the near side, one on the far side. And he's going to hand this one off to Dang, and Dang has got a little bit of room, and he's going to get a gain of about 3. So nothing really going. Dang taking what he can get. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. So here we go. 5:15 left to go. 3rd and goal. 3rd quarter. Whalen has the team in the I formation. They hand this one off to Dang. Nothing going up the middle. He's hitting the backfield down at the 5. It's going to be a loss of about 3. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. I think Tartan is going to go for this one. Great penetration here by the North St. Paul defense. Coming out with the blitz. Hernandez cannot block his man. And once again, that's number 52, Elijah Carter, having a game. But, you know, you need more on defense than just one player. But as you know, he had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery on the night. So Tartan's in the I formation. Singer spread out on the near side. Kimmins on the far side. They're going to throw it to Kimmins. Kimmins is going to jump up in the air, and he's going to come down with it. That's a touchdown. Kimmins finishes off his long run with a nice touchdown grab. 34-0, 4:15 left to go. This one's over, folks. Put this W in the win column. Let's check out this beautiful pass. Whalen putting this where Kimmins could get it. Kimmins just coming up and grabbing that one. So both basketball players for both teams having great nights. The wide receivers, Langford Johnson for North, Kimmins for Tartan. You know, I bet you they're really excited to take each other on when it comes to basketball, because these are the two teams that are at the top of the conference the last couple years. There's Kimmins, really excited on the bench here, rehydrating. Extra point was no good. So 34-0. Got to wonder how long Tartan is going to be playing these starters. North St. Paul looking defeated. No turnover belt here lately. So Tartan will be kicking off. Whalen, the quarterback, will be kicking this one off. Rodney Haynes on the last kickoff just let the ball bounce in front of him, just keep rolling, and then he returned it for 4 yards. And you got to imagine these guys are they got to come up, and he's not even back to return the kick now. You got to think it's because of the last kickoff. So that'll be Twyman as well as Rashawn Scott. Yeah, then that's big old number 55 right there, Dobie Dinadin. He looks like he should be playing for the Vikings next year. So the kick is underway. And this one's gonna go to Scott. Scott's gonna catch this one in the air, nice kick. And he's still on his feet, and he's still going. So he's going to be pushed down at about the 31-yard line. As I've said on every drive, let's see if Teglin can get this North St. Paul to do something, anything here, with 4:05 left to go in the third quarter. So here's the kick return by Scott. Scott pushing his own player out of the way, getting those extra yards. Just getting everything he can for this team. So Teglin's in the pistol. 2 wide receivers on the near side. He's looking to the far side, and that's the only place he's looking. Looks like that's going to be caught. That one's by Jacob Stone, the tight end. But if you're Teglin, the defense is reading you the whole way. I mean, if you look right here, he's looking right and only right. He knew exactly who he wanted to throw to. He didn't have him right away, and then he finally hits him. And this time he's looking, and that one's going to be low. That one's to Alec O'Hearn. Incomplete pass. So we're going to have 3rd and 5 at the 38-yard line. Let's see this pass, just a quick pass. O'Hearn comes out of his route, just runs a little out route to the near side, and Teglin just bounces it off the ground. So Teglin's in the pistol, 2 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Looking to pass. Throws it way too high, and once again, he's looking for Langford Johnson. And that's going to set up 4th down and 5. Looks like they're going to bring the punt team on the field as Kuba Towitz is coming on to kick. Let's just see. Once again, he's just looking for Langford Johnson the whole way. And, I mean, if he would have put his eyes up, he had number 5, Alec O'Hearn, streaming down the seam, ready to, bust that one out. I mean, if you're Coach Teglin, I mean, you got to get his son and you just break down the film and say, hey, there's other wide receivers out there that are wide open. You can't just look at one guy. You got to be looking at the whole field. But he'll learn that. He's just a sophomore. He's got a great arm. Lots of interceptions, though. 3 in this game, 6 on the year for Teglin. And Coach Teglin will call a timeout. 3:19 left to go here in the third quarter. Finally stopped the clock after about 8 seconds ran off. But I don't think the refs care too much. And folks, we want to remind you to volunteer. You can always volunteer here at SCC TV. As you can see, there's our beautiful cameraman right there. You can volunteer by calling the number located on the screen or emailing Arlen Becker at his email on the screen. You can always run camera, learn how to run a truck, as well as you could even broadcast if you wanted to. You get free food, free Subway, lots of good times and good people. So if you want to volunteer, make sure to hit those numbers and emails up on the screen. Got some new volunteers this year doing fantastic job. New sound guy down there on the field doing fantastic. Seth. Kubatowicz will boot this one away. Wow, does he have a leg. The soccer really showing off. Kimmons was back to return, and that one's going to be put down by Tegland. I don't know what North St. Paul thinks Tartan touched it, but I have no idea what they're talking about. Oh, it might have. Looks like it bounced right past the Tartan player. Oh, and Coach Tegland's fired up. He's yelling at the ref, and he's gonna get flagged here for unsportsmanlike conduct. It's gonna add 15 here to the Tartan ball. Let's see here if this happened. If it touched the Tartan player, I'm not seeing a I didn't see it touch him. I never saw the ball trajectory change on that. I think Coach Tegland really here, you know, just trying to spark up his team, show him that how much he cares. But, you know, how much can you show you care when you're down by 34 in the third quarter? No points on the board. Nonetheless, it's going to take time for this North team, you know, to turn this team around. I mean, they didn't do too well last year, not starting off too well this year. Whalen's still in. He's in the I formation. Two wide receivers on the far side. Bobbles the snap. He hands this one out to Dang. Dang's got a little bit of room. And he's going to cut back the field. Almost fumbles it himself. Switches hands a few times, and he's going to get tackled to bound around the 47-yard line. So a gain of 6. I mean, Dang this kid's got some speed. I mean, this kid's electric. You got to like what you see. Dang, just a junior. Singer, just a sophomore. Owen is a senior, so you know when Owen's out of here, this team's still going to be very good. Kimmons is going to leave, but you know Singer, having a tandem of Singer and Dang next year as well. I mean this team's got a bright future. Whalen's looking fantastic, and now we got a backup running back in. That's number 23, Agawamai. He gets the handoff, and he's going to get down past the 20, or the 30 to the 24. Knocked out of bounds. So that was 33-yard gain here for the Titans. So just a handoff to Agawamai. He hits the hole wide open. Great blocking by the offensive line, and he just keeps going using that great speed. Finally pushed out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 24. 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. So Whalen in the pistol formation. Two wide receivers split on the far side. They're going to pitch it to Agawamai again. He's got a hole, and he's still going, oh no, but he's going to cut this one across the field. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty here. Not too sure what, but it's likely going to be offensive. That's something you can never do. I know Dang did it earlier where he went all the way across the field, but when you're behind the line of scrimmage, you can never really do that, or you're just going to keep losing yards. Let's see what the penalty was here. As you can see, they'll do a little pitch to Agawamai, and he looks like, you know, he's got a gain of about 2 or 3 yards here. Tries to break the tackle. I mean, you think forward progress would have been stopped. And then we're going to get a personal foul here. Yeah, that was on number 66, Carter Thuringer, who had a great stop earlier in this game on 3rd down. Unfortunately, Thuringer just did a little bit of a crack block when he didn't need to. That's how people get hurt. So it's going to be 1st and 30 from the 45-yard line of North St. Paul. Tartan in the I formation. They're going to hand it off to Dang. Dang slips. Gets a gain of about half a yard, 1 yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 29 from the 44. reaching around that 1 minute mark here of the third quarter. You can see Dang just slips here when he's making his cut. But it looked like North St. Paul was going to have him either way right about that spot. So long ways to go. So 2nd and 29. We're under the 1 minute mark in the third quarter. Whalen in the pistol. 3 wide receivers split out on the near side. Nowhere to go. Lots of blocking. He's just going to throw a prayer. Easily could have been intercepted. Unfortunately, it was just way too far out of reach for number 20, Malik Toure. Toure. As you can see right here, Whalen, nowhere to go, nowhere to go. Does a little jump pass. I don't know why these quarterbacks like doing these jump passes. They got to set their feet, throw the ball down the field. So 40 seconds here in the third quarter. 3rd and 29. Once again, they're in the pistol. 2 wide receivers on the near side. 1 split on the far side. Singer, closest to me, on the near side. And there's a bobbled snap once again. Agawamai tries to make something out of nothing. And he's going to get a loss of about 3. It's going to be 4th and 32 at the 40, 4th and 31 at the 46. So you can see bobbled snap. Whalen just tries to one-hands it before he tries to corral it in and run the play before he gets it. Not too bad of a snap. Agawamai picks it up. And it's going to set up. Well, that'll be the end of the third quarter before the punt even happens. That's the fourth quarter. It's at the end of the third, it's 34-0 Tartan over the Polars. Okay.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
All right, welcome back. It's the fourth quarter where the Titans lead 34-0 over the Polars. And the Titans are punting the ball here on 4th and 31. Ball on the 46 of North. So Singer looking to pin the Polars down. And that he might do. And the ball is picked up the 20, and they got absolutely leveled there. It was number 30, Chi Muacha. Muacha showing off that speed. Muacha, 5'6", 143 pounds, so the Darren Sproles of the Polars. So once again, I'll say it again, let's see if Taglin can get this North team rolling in the fourth quarter. Muacha, nice job getting the ball in the air, corralling it, bringing it in, running down the sideline, just gets decked. So Tartan will have the ball, 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line of North. Tartan crowd getting into it now. They've kind of been quiet. You'd think they'd be pretty excited when your team's up 34-0. Nonetheless, Taglin has got his team ready to roll. And they're going to hand it off to Muacha. Muacha's got some speed, and once again, his little size is going to get hit hard. But he's got a gain of about 6, so it's going to be 2nd and 4. It's a 5-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 5. Muacha faking like he was going to block, runs back around, a little end around here. Muacha very fast. Muacha came into the game with 4 rushes for -2 yards. So on the year, he was averaging negative rush yards. So now he's got 5 rushes for 5 yards. Teglin looking to pass, and he's going to fumble it once again, and this one's picked up by Tartan. That's Thuringer. Thuringer picks up the ball, but an absolute drilling of Teglin. Let's see, Teglin, this is going to be a beautiful view. Teglin is going to roll out here, and they're going to get pressure. And that's number 56 for Tartan, Shaquille Young. Shaquille Young comes around that edge, just puts his helmet on the ball, gets the fumble to go. So that's 2 fumbles on the night that have been lost for Teglin. So he's got 5 turnovers overall, 3 interceptions. This Tartan defense really coming out to play all year long. Really, they've been shutting everybody down. Whalen's gonna throw the ball. This one to Singer. Just goes through his hands and it falls incomplete. So Tartan, you know, they're not letting their foot off the gas. This team just wants to keep winning and winning. You gotta think, you know, these 2 schools are not too far apart. A lot of bad blood. You can see the pass here by Whalen, and Whalen just, you know, he puts it on the money. Unfortunately, Singer just can't come down with it. So Whalen's got his team in the I formation. Kimmons here on the near side. Singer on the far side. They motion Singer, and they hand this one off to Agawamai. A little nice block there by Singer, and Agawamai still going, and he gets a gain of about 5.5 yards. So it's going to set up near 2nd and 4 or 5, or 3rd and 4 or 5, excuse me. Watch this block here by Singer, just setting the edge there. Giving Agawamai the extra room to run this one. So we got 3rd and 3 on the 21-yard line. Have to get down to the 17. Let's see if Whalen can get his team the first down here. Looks like they're giving Owen and Dang rest now. Agawamai is going to pick up that first down and more. He's past the defense, and he's going to run this one in, and he's got a touchdown, but there is some laundry on the field. It looks like I can see number 3's jersey for North dragged off his shoulder pads. Clearly he was held. That's Kyle Splinter, his jersey almost out of his shoulder pad. Clearly a holding call. Let's see if we can see this here on the tape. Agawamai is going to hit that hole, and it's really unnecessary for the holding to happen. You know, wide receivers blocking, they tend to grab a little bit of jersey, and unfortunately, I mean, nonetheless, I mean, Agawamai is going to pick up that first down and a lot more, regardless of that holding. But now you got the holding, you're going to push it back. Just very unnecessary. You already had the D-back 10 yards down the field. Negate a touchdown. So now 9:50 left to go here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 12 from the 29-yard line. Whalen is gonna line up in the pistol with 2 running backs, 1 to his right and 1 behind him. He's gonna roll out to his right. He's looking downfield. Looks like he had Kimmons. Oh, but he throws it to Singer, and Singer was open. Looks like he would have picked up the first down, and he just drops it.
Complete. Fourth down. Tight.
So let's watch this one. Whalen's going to roll out to his right, and eventually Singer does pop open. Just drops it. He was looking down the field. It's a cardinal sin there for wide receivers. Just got to get the ball in first before you start running down the field. Little injury update. Mua Zhang, who was hurt there, or Champik Zhang, excuse me, who was hurt his leg earlier. He's walking down on the sidelines pretty fine. He's got a little bit of a gimp, nothing major, but he looks to be all right. And we're gonna have some laundry down on the field here. It's offsides on 4th and 12. So the North St. Paul defense bails out Tartan, gives them an extra few yards to pick up this first down. Tartan was already going for it. So it's gonna be 4th and 7 here from the 24-yard line. Need to get to the 19. Or 4th and 7, excuse me. So need to get down to the 17-yard line. So here we go. Whalen looking to pass. He's got what he likes. He's got Kimmons wide open, or Singer, excuse me, and unfortunately throws it way too far. Singer burned his man, was wide open. Could have thrown that ball up in the air for 10 seconds and he would have came down with it. Unfortunately, Whalen just throws it way too far. You can see a nice little wheel route. They've got a touchdown on that one earlier, and he just throws it way too far. So that'll be a turnover on downs for the Tartan Titans, and North St. Paul will take over the ball. Trying to get some positive here. 5 turnovers on the game for the sophomore quarterback, Ben Tegland. Not really feeling pressure at all when it came to that last fumble. I mean, the Tartan defensive player, number 56, Shaquille Young, just, it took him a little bit to get back there, and Tegland, took too much time. So they got a new running back in the backfield. That's number 36, Kevin Fegan. Fegan gets a gain of about 3. This will be 2nd and 7. Fegan's stats on the year: he's got 10 rushes for 10 yards. So him and Mua Cha, not great yards per carry. As well as Weldon came into the game with not many yards as well. So there's Fegan. Fegan gets tripped up, and we're going to have a penalty here, likely in the area of holding. Nice tackle, nice wrap up at the ankles to get Fegan down there by the Tartan defender. Nice camera angle here, you'll see this. Fegan, he looks like he's got the outside. And the Tartan defender, I think that's number 19 or 17, Josh Comer. So that is a penalty on North, and the ball will be moved back 10 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 17. Farther than that. 2nd and 20, it looks like. With 8:56 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Taglin's in the pistol. He's looking to go down the seam, and he just overthrows number 5, Alec O'Hearn, and I think if O'Hearn would have catched that, he would have got drilled. Let's watch this right here. He's got O'Hearn running down the seam, and the safety was coming in, ready to make that shot. So Taglin not only, turning the ball over, but he almost set some wide receivers up to die. You got to feel that. But, just a sophomore, he's got a nice arm. This year is really about, building some positives, building some confidence for this young man in order for him to turn around this team. So here he is in the shotgun, and they're going to delay handoff here. This one to Fegan, and Fegan didn't really look like he expected it, and he's going to lose quite a few yards here, about 4. Fegan looks upset. I don't think he was expecting the ball on that one, and, as it was 3rd and 20, let's watch it right here. Yeah, was not expecting the ball. Teaglin just hands it off. Teaglin's kind of like, I'm done for the night. It's over. So it's going to set up a punt. Kubatowicz is going to boot this one away. One of the highlights of the night. Kubatowicz with beautiful punts. And this is a short one. This was picked up by Kimmins, and he's got some room. Kimmins still going. He's tackled down and around the 20-yard line. So once again, Tartan has great field position. If you recall, they were on the first 3 drives of the game for Tartan. They started on the North St. Paul side of the field due to 3 turnovers, 1 block punt, 1 fumble, 1 interception, and that led to 20 points off 3 turnovers for Tartan. So 34-0, 8 minutes left to go. Tartan running away with this one.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
So we're coming back from break. 2 injured guys in that last play on the punt return for North St. Paul. Nice return by senior wide receiver Anton Kimmins on the punt return. He gets the ball down to the North St. Paul 20, so here they are, 1st and 10. Whalen in the I formation, pitches it to Agawamai, pitches it too far, and he's just got a fall on it. North St. Paul is there to touch him, and that's going to be a 13-yard loss for the Titans. 7:48 left to go. We're under the 8-minute mark here at Titan Stadium. And there you go, just a pitch too low. 3rd string running back not having the greatest hands. So once again, everybody's kneeling, not too sure what's going on. Oh, there's an injury down on the field. That's number 56, Shaquille Young, who, as you saw earlier, has had 2 sacks, a forced fumble, having a good play. So you can see him getting that leg worked on. He's got the club on the left hand, and he had the sack earlier. But not what you like, not what you like to see when one of your players is hurt. But Young looks like he's going to come off the field, but what a gamer. He's already got that club on the hand. Ref gives him a little bit of a Brett Favre butt slap. Always love one of those. If you recall, that was a trademark of Brett Favre. I don't know about all you youngins out here who might watch this game who are in high school right now.
Second 22, Titans. From North.
So that's going to be 2nd and 22 from the 32, 7:34 left to go. The clock starts back up. Whalen's got his team in the I formation. Agawamai way back in the backfield. Singer, motion to the left. They're going to hand it off to Agawamai, and he gets bumped down for about a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 20 from the 30. I expect Tartan to pass here. So let's check out that last replay here. Nice defense here by the middle linebacker, stepping up, getting the tackle. Tartan in the I formation. Singer. And that Agawamai, they're gonna do a little pitch out to Agawamai once again, looking to bleed this clock down, likely not wanting to, ready to get on home just like the rest of us. Under 7 minutes to go, past the 6:30 mark, 34-0, the Titans over the Polars. 4th and 17 here for the Titans. Nothing going here on this little shovel to Agawamai. Whalen's gonna come out, he's got the play. Gives it to his team and they're ready to go. So he's in the pistol. He's got Hernandez to his right. And Womai right behind him. He's looking to pass and he's going deep and looks like feet are tangled up, so it's not gonna be any penalty. Koopa Towit's in there on the coverage. Singer was looking for another touchdown in this game. You'll see it right here on the replay. Feet do get tangled up here. Number 3. Splinter gets his feet tangled up with Singer, so unfortunately, you know, that happens and it's not a penalty. So turnover on downs. North St. Paul takes the ball. 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line of North St. Paul. And Tagland is in the pistol. 3 wide receivers split out to the far side. Looking to pass, he's looking deep. And it looks like he's got a man, and unfortunately he's just underthrown, and that's Singer once again with the pass breakup. This kid's got tremendous ball skills on both sides of the ball. Just a few inches away from an interception here. Looks like he might have just overran this one a little bit. As you'll see, he just comes in, reads that play, jumps the route, tips it down. Somebody give this kid a game ball because he's been all over the field. And, you know, after they really shut down Langford Johnson, nothing's been happening. So once again, he'll line up under center, 3 wide receivers split out wide. And there's a fumble, and Tartan's going to come away with it. That's another turnover by the Polars. As you'll see right here, a little pitch. This one out to Muacha. Muacha not doing too much cha-cha on that one as he fumbles the ball away.
Titans take over 1st and 10 from the North 21.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line now for North St. Paul. Or for Tartan, excuse me. Expect Tartan to just run here, and they're going to have a backup quarterback in right now. Yep, they're putting all the backups in. Let's see, under center, we have number 9. That's Brandon Lockhart. We got number 3, Dante Agawamai at wide receiver, and they're going to pitch it to the other Agawamai. He's a 3rd-string running back. Helmets come off. Gain of about 3.
Number 23, Dominic Agawamai, the ball carrier.
So watch this one. Helmets do pop off here. Man, just a little stiff arm by Agawamai. So it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 18-yard line. 5:15 left to go. Lockhart lines up under center, has his team in the I formation. He's going to pitch this out to Agawamai once again. He's going to cut back up inside. And it looked like he fumbled it, but they're going to say he was down. Must have been ground caused, and it's going to be 3rd down. Let's watch this right here on the replay. Let's see if it looked like he was down. Yep, when he was out stretching the ball, looks like, he just came off the ground. But they're going to say, refs get together and are going to call it North St. Paul ball. The ball must have been coming out when he was reaching, and that might have been the case. Something finally goes North's way. Let's look at this right here. It looks like when he's stretching out, let's see if the ball starts to move. Oh, I think it does. I think that's a good call. Either way, if it wasn't, I mean, it doesn't matter because this game's out of hand. 4:40 left to go, 34-0 here. Tartan's over the Polars. Teaglin handed off to Muacha. Muacha hit 3 yards deep in the backfield and just gets pile drived into the ground. Coach Teaglin just setting up Muacha for death here. Muacha gets out of the first hit, but eventually he just gets driven to the ground. Yeah, this Tartan defense, I don't have the other scores in front of me from their first 2 games, I'm sorry, but they have absolutely been dominating. Actually, yeah, let's look at the first 2 games for Tartan. They won 38-7 over South St. Paul, 42-0 over Sibley. So in 3 games, unless North St. Paul scores, they let up only 7 points in 3 games. This Tartan defense has been phenomenal. North St. Paul lost 50-7 against a very good St. Thomas team. There's Lankford Johnson with the catch in the first down for a gain of about 16. And they lost to Irondale. So through 3 games, I mean, if North St. Paul doesn't score, they've only scored 21 points. And through 3 games, Tartan's only let up 7 points. With how bad this Hill Murray team is, you got to imagine by next week they won't even let up 20 points. I mean, the only competition I see here for this Tartan team, how well they're playing, is this Matamidi team. Hastings has got some big boys, but Matamidi, I really think that's going to be the test for who is going to win this Suburban Gray Conference. You see the handoff there to Muacha, just hits the hole and gets a little bit of yards. For Coach Dedeker, you got to like what you see out of this defense. Nice little play there. Nice pass. That one goes to number 2, Jacob Stone, the tight end. He's a big boy. Stone, 6'3", 200-pound senior. So Teaglin pitches out to Muacha. Muacha gets hit in the backfield, and then he's going to get decked once again. He bobbled the ball on his way down. Looks like we're about to have an injury here to Zhang. Zhang hurts his arm, and now he's down on the field. He was walking off, so he could have walked off, and now he just lays down on the ground. Now he rolls on his injured arm. But 34-0 here, Tartan over North St. Paul. 2:36 left to go here in the second half. All right, let's recap how we got to 34-0. Let's show you the second half scores here. As we got an injured player down here, Zhang hurt once again. Let's get the replays going, and this was Dang. Dang, little spin move, cuts across the field. And boy, the lead blockers were going. There you see quarterback Solomon Whalen looking back, ready to go. Blocking all the way down, leading the charge. Dang scores a touchdown. And then here's the toss to Kimmons. This was set up by a huge Kimmons run, and he finished it off with the touchdown. And that's how we got to where we got, 34-0, 2:35 left to go. Zhang back on the field. Sorry, that's Nyavu, excuse me. Vaksayu Lee Nyavu. So Teaglin. In the shotgun, he's going to delay handoff here. Once again, this one to Muacha. Muacha gets a gain of about 5. It's going to be around 3rd and 5. We're under the 2-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. North St. Paul looking to put points on the board, hoping to end this shutout, get a little bit of positive here. Teglin throws another interception, and that's Singer. Singer jumps up in the air, and he's going to take this one back. He's going, he's past the 20, the 10. That's a touchdown, folks. 40-0, 1:33 left to go. Singer with his 2nd touchdown of the game. He also had a receiving one. This kid can do it all, folks. I think it's 4. Should be his 4th pick of the game. He did have 2 fumbles lost. Nonetheless, Teglin has not had too great of a game. So Singer having a heck of a game today. Bertelson with 1 interception, Singer with 2 interceptions, Olsen with 1 interception. And that's how we got to where we got. 1:33 left to go in the 4th quarter. Tartan, extra point good, 41-0. Tartan gonna move to 3-0. I would love to know the score of the Matamidi game here. Let's take a look at where these 2 teams will be playing next. So North will be going to play Park Center. That's who Tartan will finish the year against. And then they go on to Forest Lake. Forest Lake beat Parker Cottage Grove to open the year. Spring Lake Park, Robbinsdale Cooper, and then they'll probably go on October 17th to get crushed by Matamidi, which leads me into the Tartan schedule. Tartan facing the Pete Bursich-led Hill Murray Pioneers next week at Hill Murray. And they go to Simley, and then they're at home against Hastings. And then what I think is going to be a huge game, which will be at Matamidi. Matamidi, the coach Dave Metzel-led Zephyrs, just outstanding year in and year out, losing in the 1st round of the playoffs, state championship playoffs last year. Always, you know, at the top of the conference, and then they finish up at Park Center. So that's going to be a huge game for the Tartan Titans, and you know, if they play like this, it's going to be tough. Tartan's got the quicker, speedier running backs. Matamidi's got big old Eric Bjork in the backfield, and he can do this, and that's a booming kick. And this one's going to the back of the end zone, or go into the end zone. And in high school, you can't take it out. So North, with 1:32 left to go, is going to have the ball at the 20-yard line. So 6 turnovers on the night for sophomore quarterback Ben Tegland. Not the game you want to have, but, you know, I mean, I don't know what positive spin to spin on this, but he's got an arm. I like what I see out of this kid, and I think North St. Paul's got a future here by the time he's a senior. And if they keep going here with Langford Johnson next year, that could be a nice tandem to watch for the next 2 years. Langford Johnson, you know, the basketball star, this kid's outstanding. Going to have to take over for Good News Capego, who's got some D1 offers right now. So there's another handoff to Muacha. We're down to below 120 left in the fourth quarter. And here's the handoff, and they're just going to run this clock out, have to imagine. But it looks like they're going to line up in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, and Tegland's going to bomb this one out and almost intercepted. Once again, this one by number 10, Cody Engstrom. Engstrom in the right place at the right time. Just looks like he held up just a little bit. We got 6 turnovers for Tegland so far, 2 fumbles, 4 picks. The North St. Paul crowd still chanting, "We still love you" to their team. You got to imagine, I think they got to get rid of that turnover belt. You know, when you're losing, but nonetheless, another handoff to Muacha. And there's 15 seconds left to go. That'll be the end of the game, folks. And Tartan's going to run away with this one, 41-0. They've only allowed 7 points through 3 games. Through 3 games, they've also scored 121 points, folks. This team is doing it all, not only on offense, but on defense. And that defense setting them up in great field position. And that was the story of the beginning of this game. 3 turnovers to start this game, and let's show you how this game got to where it got, 41-0. Here's the interception by Tegland to start the game on the second play of the game. That one to Bertelson, just a little jump pass by Tegland. And then that was capped off by a Tegland Owen touchdown, excuse me. Puts the ball over the end zone. That was the first one. And then we'll have a blocked punt here. They almost had a couple in this game, but they only got 1 for sure. And then Owen, once again, caps that one off for one of his 2 touchdowns of the game. And let's jump to the second half after that. It was 20-0 to end the first half. And then there's the throw to Anton Kimmins, which would make the game 28-0. And then here is the pick 6 to make this one 41-0. Oh, we do not have that one, but that'll be the end of the game, folks. Tartan 41, North St. Paul 0. For SEC, I'm John Miller. Good night.